guys, and welcome to Clone Talk. I'm your host, Clinton, and I'm going to be interviewing myself, Clinton. Say hi, Clinton. Hi, Clinton 2.0. Thanks for having me. Alright, well, Clinton, I know that our viewers have tons and tons of questions that they would like to ask you, and I also know that I have a few questions that I would like to ask you as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our first question. What was something that you learned about your industry that you did not know before you started this class? Well, Clinton, as for something that I learned that I didn't know before starting this month of ODT, a review of design and technology, I would have to say is how many different programs and systems were used to program video games. That's why Halo looks different than World of Warcraft and even still different than Kirby. So basically, yeah, I learned that each company uses something different and that makes them unique. Wow, Clinton, that's very interesting. Now, along that note, did this class or course, ODT, help you to confirm or kind of bash the career choice that you were going to be doing? Well, Clinton, I can't say particularly that this course or class has confirmed or helped or hindered my decision on this degree. I have to say I was pretty steadfast on what I wanted to do before I even jumped into this course. Well, Clinton, along that note, again, since it didn't really help or hinder, what assignment that helped you and taught you something that you didn't know before? Well, Clinton, I have to say that the lesson or work sheet kind of thing that I found most useful was the networking plan. By myself, I wouldn't have actually gone out and gotten in touch with people from the gaming industry or people that are into programming. I would have kind of just worked on my own and not branched out. So I have to say that the networking plan was the most useful. Well, Clinton, I see how that would be helpful. Would you add a similar course like that, or what would be a lesson that you would add to this course? Well, Clinton, for something that I would have to say that I would want to add would have to be something more fun, or like maybe do a little bit of research on, I don't know, the new game. Something that is fun, entertaining, that I'm not dredging, trying to get through and get done. There was a project or two that it was kind of just like, oh, I can't believe I'm doing this. But I mean, then again, that's what work is all about. Well, Clinton, I could see how that course could be useful. Now, what is a course that you took, or a class that you took, a part of this course, that you would not find useful or did not find useful whatsoever, that you don't think helped strengthen your understanding of what you were learning this month? Well, for something that, or lesson that I didn't find as useful, would have to be the industry terms. That was a definition one. I've never really liked definition ones. I usually know the definitions. There's every now and then a few words that I haven't learned. But when researching, going into this career path and getting this degree, I had already seen all the words. And you learn about polygons, which is one of the words that I had to look up, and a few of those other things throughout, even simple math. So I have to say that one seemed like it was a little bit of a waste of time, just sitting there typing out retyping out definitions, retyping out words. I think that time could have been better used on another project. Well, Clinton, you know, those are all the questions that my directors and some of the viewers actually wanted to know. Here's some questions that some of the younger kids want to know, and I personally want to know. Going through this course, you've said that you've looked at a few of those programmings for how the course is. Is there anything that really stood out to you that was just like, wow, I can't believe they program in that fashion? They did programming weird. A lot of programming seemed rather standard. However, I've watched a few videos that involve the people just taking objects that were already programmed into the game and just kind of like randomly placing them, and that makes the game, and they draw the course for the race car around that, and you're kind of like, what? And I found out later, of course, that they were just messing around, but to me that kind of stood out as weird, doing it backwards, doing the trees first, then the road second, then making sure the car can drive up a hill like that. I have to say that was the only weird thing. Everything else seemed pretty normal in a fashion, I guess. A lot of work and balancing and make sure this person's standing up straight and not running sideways into the ground. Or doing a front flip and then smacking his face and still running through the ground. So, but yeah, all the things that I seen were similar in a fashion. 2. Alright, now, the final question, one that I ask all of my guests is me asking you all these questions strange? Well, Clinton 2.0, no, I can't say it was weird that you were asking me all these questions, but you being this close definitely is. 1. Well, Clinton, I'm glad that I don't freak you out. And it also looks like that's all the time we have for today. Tune in next week, guys, as we have Miley Cyrus interview herself. That's going to be really interesting. Who twerks better, the clone or the original? Alright, guys, that's all the time we have for tonight, so see you next week.